I'm Mike, and I want to tell you about the healing that Christ gave me. I mean, I didn't start out a gun-toting fugitive. You mean from justice? I mean before that my son died, I was just a family man. You know what I mean? And then after my son died, I got dark, and the drugs took over, and I just kept getting darker and darker. Pushed my family away, and I wanted to die. I was broken. I mean, my heart was split down the middle. I didn't want love, didn't want no one to love me. I just wanted it all to end. You know what I mean? And I just started selling drugs, lost my job, started selling drugs, started collecting money for the Mexican mafia. Got in with the wrong crowd, you know what I mean, and started liking the power I had over the people in the drug world. But you mean I'd forgotten that I had a wife and a daughter, and I moved away from them, and had a drug house. I mean, cameras all over the place. It was a nightmare. When I look back on it. But I thought I had it going on at the time. I mean, I had the money, the power, the guns. People did what I wanted them to do. They brought me things I wanted. And I had a friend, Rick from Freeway, and he would come by. He came by my dope house 2 or 3 times. You know what I mean? Praying in the yard, freaking people out, and I just wanted him to go away. But he came and he prayed in my yard for me to be apprehended. And a week later, I got in a police chase. You know what I mean? And the cops was filming, and got in a really bad wreck. And during that wreck, God spoke to me. I didn't hear a voice or anything like that. There were thoughts in my head that I knew weren't my thoughts. I mean, God was showing me what my daughter and my wife's life would be like if I got killed, or the cops killed me, or from us. I woke up in the hospital, and knew God had spoken to me. I went to jail, and there's a lot of time to think in jail. And while I was in jail, I had a panic attack. I mean, I freaked out because my wife and daughter were out here, and I cried out to God. You know what I mean, and just wanted Him to protect them, and that said I'd change. I mean, if He'd just protect them. I mean, I thought I was going to prison. They had me a bed date. I mean, and Christ changed that. I mean, Christ could change any circumstance. I mean, I was a goner. I was in jail waiting to go to prison, and I got bonded out. He got plugged into Freeway and Broadway Baptist Church, and changed. I mean, I was changed. I mean, after I cried out to God, and I was changed, but no one was changed around me. I mean, my family hadn't changed, my friends hadn't changed. I was the only one that was changed, and I didn't know it at the time. I mean, I just kept reading my Bible, kept coming to church alone, and slowly but surely, I mean, my family wanted to know what was going on. You know what I mean? My cousin came, my brother came. And they started changing. And people were like, "You're not going to be able to be around your wife, you know what I mean, if she's still using, you're still using." And I knew in my heart that if I just kept coming and kept being faithful, that God wasn't going to break up my marriage. You know what I mean? Marriage is sacred. And sure enough, about 4 or 5 months later, my wife, she quit using drugs. She started coming with me. I mean, and our relationship's just been getting better and better ever since. And I mean, my whole family's starting to come. I mean, I'm the best part about being saved is seeing other people saved. I mean, because you know what they're in for. I mean, and that's one of the reasons I come. You know what I mean, every week is because I enjoy seeing people change. You know what I mean? I know what they're in for. I like to be there to congratulate them and call them through the week. You know what I mean? To see how they're doing. You might be lost and want to die. You know what I mean? You don't see any hope. I mean, maybe lost a child or a parent. I mean, and you're filling that hole of drugs. I mean, you think you can't be happy anymore, but I've been there. I mean, I lost my son. He was my best friend. I mean, we grew up together. I had him when I was 21 years old. You know what I mean? And I got sole custody of him when he was 5. So, I mean, so we kind of grew up together. I mean, he was there through his mom and another wife, and he was there for the beginning of my relationship now with my wife. I mean, it was always just me and him. And when I lost him, I just wanted to die. I mean, there was no connecting to me. You know what I mean? Because I could throw that out there, and I mean, I could just see people's stomach turn because they didn't even want to imagine losing one of their children. You know what I mean? So if I didn't want to talk to someone, I could just throw that at them, and you know what I mean? I could say, you don't know what I feel, and they would be defenseless. So I mean, there wasn't no way to get to me in my addiction. You know what I mean? Because there's not many people that have felt what I felt. You know what I mean? So just need to put that away. Don't use it as a defense. You know what I mean? Because Christ could heal you. He'll take all that pain away, and you could have joy again. You know what I mean? I live a joyful life now in Christ. I go to church 4 times a week. You know what I mean? Sometimes more. You know what I mean? And I enjoy it. It's fun for me. I mean, I like the people here, and Christ has brought joy back to my life. Well, after all the police chase and everything, I was in jail for 30 days. And after the first couple of days, I mean, I got my cellies got in a fight. You know what I mean? And they were fighting all over the bunk, and I mean, I just kind of threw my hands up because I didn't want to get maced. You know what I mean? And one of them got thrown out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Got sent to the hole. Well, the younger one, which would have been about the same age, he was the same age as my son. They were born, would have been. You know what I mean? I got to talk to him, mentor him, and we read the Bible together. And the whole time I'm in jail, I'm worrying about my family. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking, the cops got me. Now they're going to go into my home to get evidence. They're going to get my wife. They're going to take away my daughter. You know what I mean? This is my biggest fear. Is that I mean my drug problems and all my problems are going to play out into my wife and my daughter's life. You know what I mean? So the whole time I'm paranoid about this. And one day I'm looking out the window of the jail, and I can see people coming in and out. And I see someone that looks like my brother-in-law, and he's supposed to be babysitting my daughter. I mean, I'm in jail. I'm powerless over anything that happens outside, and it's driving me crazy. I mean, and I begin to have a panic attack, and can't breathe. I mean, I've been having these things since my son died, and freaks my cellie out, and he's calling for the guards. You know what I mean? And the guards won't come. The guards won't come. Well, I cry out to God, and, and, uh, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and I, I cry out to God, and, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the cell with me and my cellie, and, uh, and, God comes into the c He calms me down. You know what I mean? He takes it away. He takes all that panic away. That's the last time I've ever had a panic attack. I don't take meds anymore for it or anything. I've been healed of a panic disorder by Christ. I mean, when I was saved, it was taken away. I mean, all my mental issues I had from my son dying, they were gone that day. I mean, I don't take none of this stuff. I had to get permission from my doctor or my PO to quit taking these meds. I mean, because I felt that. I mean, I just felt the day that I was saved. I felt Christ come into me, heal me, take it away. And I'm no longer alone. I mean, and that was what was causing my panic attacks. Was after my son died, I felt alone. But now I have Christ with me. I mean, everywhere I go, I mean, I have someone to talk to. I mean, or someone to pray to, and it freaked my celly out. We stayed up all night long reading the Bible, fellowshipping, laughing, and the people in the cells next door there were like, "You guys were wild last night." I mean, they're like, "What was you doing?" And we told them we was reading the Bible, and the next 25 days I spent with this celly. We read the Bible to each other and fellowshipped, and I was healed of all those disorders. I mean, that I was taking, I mean, the narcotics for. I can't even remember. It was like all the stuff I was on. But from the day that I was saved forward, I haven't had none of those mental issues, no panic attacks. I've just the joy of the Lord.